Let's look at some reasons why kids can't read anymore.
My child is in the second grade and can't read. She said she couldn't read her math problem in class, and so she had to ask a friend to read it for her, and now I'm seeing that the reading is obviously going to everything else, and her last school absolutely failed so many freaking children, which is why we switched this year. And she just got her testing for the beginning of the year, and it shows that she literally needs reading intervention 5 days a week.
I'm just gonna have to cover up some of this.
I didn't even learn to read until I was in third grade because I had my own issues. How the fuck am I supposed to teach her how to read? The reading epidemic is real, and I think that it needs to be talked about more because now we are going to be spending $40 to $70 on tutoring for her. I co-parent with her dad and he bought her a phone, which I didn't agree to, but that's besides the point. And so she's 7 with a phone and she can't text or read the text, so you have to send voice memos. The reading epidemic is real. It's real. It is real, and schools are not helping for the most part because they don't have the resources.
At some point, we're going to have to stop blaming other people, blaming the dad for the phone, blaming herself. Oh, I've got my own issues, but I can't help my child. We're going to have to find something for her. Well, I'm going to say it's great that this lady is actually trying to help her child to read, so she's thinking about getting someone to help who can help. But I mean, I think just investing that time with your child is very important. Go through the letters, go through the sounds, and help them. We can see a quote here. It says, babe, you are the resource. Another one, you failed your child first. As a teacher, the reading epidemic comes from home. Do parents not realize that they actually have to do things at home? It's not just on the teachers, which is real, but you know, it's also our job as teachers to help these students, you know, if they don't get it at home. Of course, in the ideal world, we'd like to teach with parents and help each other. But in some cases, it's very difficult. So we as teachers, we're going to have to carry some weight. Here's another video of her.
Before you keep calling me a bad mom, let's talk about this. So my daughter could read in kindergarten, and then first grade I was like, hey, she lost some reading over the summer. Talked to the teacher. I was like, hey, I want to put her in tutoring. She was like, just wait, that really does happen. She'll probably pick it up. Never picked it up. So then I go talk to the teacher, and they were like, hey, that teacher doesn't work here anymore. We actually moved your daughter into a new class. And I said, what? And they said, yeah, she's in a new class. So that's a whole different story. But now I'm talking to the new teacher, and I'm like, she can't read. I need help. What can I do to help her? I'm already doing what I can do at home. What can I do to help her? And she's like, $25 after school. I'll tutor her. I said, bet, let's do it. So she went there for weeks, still didn't know how to read. So then over the summer, you know, we're reading at home. She can read slowly and sound the words out. But at second grade, I want her to open that and be like, I'm reading this book. That's what she needs to be doing. And so that's not happening. And now we're at a new school, which is a public school, and this is the first testing, and they said she needs so much reading intervention, so.
Okay, well, just like the previous video, it's great that she's trying to find help, but it's up to her. She can't just shift the blame to whoever else is out there. It's always someone else's fault. You know, at some point we're going to have to take accountability for what happens to our kids, you know. And of course she is, and some people don't know how to do that, but we've got the resources. We are the resources, like the previous comment said. Some of the comments: if she lost reading over the summer, why wasn't she reading? Why wasn't she doing the reading activities? The time it took you to make this video, you could have been reading with her. So you didn't work with her at all over summer. Got it. Okay, let's look at another video.
So it's true. My son cannot read at age 6. There's never going to be a time in my life where I can say, yeah, my son started reading when he was 5 years old. He's on the Waldorf and Montessori schedule. It's different. But here's the thing about my kid. He's free. He's always been free. And every single day of his life is a blank canvas that he can make whatever art he wants with. Discovery, adventure, art, play, interest. This is what his day is made up of. There's no conformity. There's no needing to pretend that you're sick in order to get a day off. There's no trends. There's no ahead or behind. There's just being free, exactly the way that you are, free to learn at your own pace.
Kids need structure. You can't just tell them go play and you'll learn through playing. No, Not at all. They need structure, they need guidance, not just enjoy your life.
And there are so many inmates that will know so much more than me. Inmates get law degrees and all kinds of stuff. And there's so many inmates that will say, look, this is just the way that it is. This has been a really good thing for me. Everybody else is doing it. We don't live in a creative world. This is just what it is.
One of the fallacies is always looking at someone like the 0.001% that actually got something done. You know, it's like saying, my grandmother mother smoked, but she lived to be 100, you know, and then she's 1 in 1,000, you know. It's that one outlier that they look for. And now she says, well, some inmates get their law degrees, as if that's the perfect place to get a law degree, and how many of them actually just return to prison. So, yeah, delusional? Sure. Yeah, I think there are a few things wrong here.
But would any of those inmates not trade in all of these things they've gotten used to for a chance at being free?
Well, those are two opposite things to talk about. A child being free and enjoying their life compared to an inmate suddenly that would give anything to be free. This lady is all over the place.
For a chance to feel the sun on their face every single day. That's what all of this is about. Thank you.
Well, it's nice to end with a thank you. Listen, unless you're Post Malone, don't do facial tattoos. Actually, you don't know this about me, guys, but I don't have any tattoos. I'm not a big fan of tattoos, and you might hate me for that. But yeah, it's just not something I'm interested in. So to see this lady with, what is it, beautiful on her forehead, and then I wish her all the best, though. You know, I want her child to get the best possible life. So no hating on this lady. She's making videos, trying to do something productive, putting her thoughts out into the world. So I'm not going to judge that. And then we have some quotes here. John says, "My mom did this with me. I hate how she failed me with my education. Reading is the key to all knowledge." And everyone says it's so important. No, Carolina. He will learn to read when he's ready. That's the best part. It comes naturally with their interests. And no, at some point you're going to have to teach them. You're going to teach them what it is and to love it, you know? Oh no. It's you know, that's what education is we're preparing the next generation. We're giving them the skills, the knowledge, not just saying figure it out on your own. Oh, that's so sad. Please don't do that. Spend time with your kids, help them learn things, not just push them and say enjoy your life, you'll figure it out eventually. That's not parenting. I'm not a parent yet, but that's what I think. Okay, let's look at the next one.